congratulations to all of you. This is, your accomplishments have been remarkable. Nancy, I want to start with you. When you played volleyball at Illinois, that became quite the home court advantage. You guys had a ritual when you came out for a volleyball match. What happened if someone was a little too close to the locker room door when you guys were ready to storm out?
Well, we did have one casualty. We would bust out of the locker room door at full speed, and unfortunately there was a lady standing outside that door, and she was laying down, and we all just jumped over and kept running, because we had to get ready.
There was a match to play, right?
I'm hoping she was okay, but...
You didn't go back to check, or nobody checked?
I'm sure somebody did. We had a game to get ready for, but...
So what led to that type of enthusiasm coming out of the locker room? Typically, you'd expect that from football or something.
Well, I don't know about that, but we were extremely competitive. I mean, we competed playing Pictionary. We competed to be the first people on the court who could eat, the pregame meal the fastest. So,
but were there pep talks or something involved that got you into the moment right there?
Mike Hebert would always get us pretty fired up. He always had words of wisdom, and he would make us laugh, and he always brought out the best in us. So that fired us up.
Yeah. That ferocity was something that you played with, certainly in football. What was your time at Illinois like with all of the great defenders you had coming through the pipe?
Well, it was really cool. Well, first of all, one of my guys, John Holisek, he's in the audience. So without a guy like that, there would be no me. So let me say that. And obviously my wife, because without her, I've been hanging out with her since the 9th grade. So, there really would be no me.
Then she ought to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
too.
she really should. She really should. And my kids as well. But yeah, I just enjoyed going out and hitting people. That was my goal. I just wanted to put pain on you. So I didn't care how I did it, how I got you down. I just wanted to make you have pain.
You seem to inflict particular pain on like the Ohio States and the Michigans. The tackle totals are crazy in those games. Was there anything different, or was it just by virtue of the way the game was played?
I think because they were like the Titans of the Big Ten, so I wanted to make sure that every time I went out, they knew my name.
Yeah, and I think they probably did.
Well, I asked them after I tackled them, so know my name.
You know what if you had to boil it down and say, I remember one tackle, one hit that felt so clean, so hard, best hit you ever laid on anybody, what was it?
I would say at Michigan, when we came back and beat them at Michigan. And I can remember, I think it was Tyrone Wheatley. We were down by like 3, and he started doing this. And I said, if I can hit that dude one good time, and I caught him, and he fumbled, and we recovered it, went in and scored, and beat him at Michigan. So that was.
Darrin, you pretty much beat everybody. 1987, I don't know that I've ever seen it. You hit nearly 500 for the season.
Yes.
What?
Aluminum bats. Yeah. Big fan of aluminum bats. Professional baseball, you got to use the wood bat, but back then in the 80s, aluminum bat, and I was 80 for 161. I was 497. I didn't leg out a lot of hits, so I had to hit it hard. I wasn't bunting and trying to get to first base, so I just pieced together a lot of knocks at that time, and had a good year. Had a very good year.
What about the last game that year? Did you know how close you were to 500, or did you find out afterwards you were like 80 of 161 instead of?
I think I had it dialed up in my memory each at bat, so I was pretty. No, I mean, I do remember that I had a very good game against Purdue, my last game of my collegiate career, and to get to what Tara was saying about my incident in the ball game at the University of Illinois, the basketball game, it was against Purdue. And I thought that there had been a hit out on me possibly because of all the knocks I got against Purdue in '87. And we were playing Purdue. And I looked at Tara and I was like, you know what? I know that there's a possibility that some people may not be happy with me here, but no, she looks so professional.
Yeah.
She had the taser, she had the microphone deal here. You know, I was like, actually I said, "Are you Tara Hurlis? Can I have your autograph?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "No, I'm like your bodyguard." I was like, "No, I really think you're Tara Hurlis."
How did your time at Illinois prepare you for your major league career?
Well, it's an opportunity. I wasn't heavily recruited. Small town kid, grew up 20 miles from University of Illinois. Didn't get a lot of scholarship offers. Illinois knew of me because of my father played at Illinois. They weren't sure. Went to a small school. Well, he doesn't play nobody. I don't know whether he can do it at a bigger level. But they gave me the opportunity, Rece, and I really appreciate that because I wasn't quite sure whether I believed in myself at that time, but Illinois believed in me, and they gave me that shot. And without that opportunity, I don't think I would have really ever believed in myself as a player, and I flourished as a hitter at the Illinois, and then really just kind of used that and went on and was able to become a big league player. And I really owe Illinois a lot for the opportunity that they gave me.
I heard Josh earlier talk about the significance of the Illinois family. Dana, what's that meant to you? What does Illinois family mean to you?
Well, it means a lot because family is everything to me. So in East St. Louis, that's what we call 89 blocks anyway. So everybody in East St. Louis, we're all family. From the Jackie Jordan Kersey's to the Kellen Winslow's, the Brian Cox's, myself. Everybody, we root for each other. So the way we do in East St. Louis is the same way we do it at Illinois. So it was a great experience for me, just coming back to another family.
Nancy, what do you think? How has that impacted you from your time since you left Illinois?
Since I left, I have some of the greatest friendships. My teammates were actually texting me advice on what to say and what not to say before coming up on stage. And that those friendships are timeless, and it really is. It's beyond friendship, but it is family. My mom is here tonight, and she's representing, my dad. They were my two greatest fans, and they were pretty picky about where I went to school, and there were certain recruiting letters that they wouldn't even let me open.
Such as?
No names.
Oh, come on. Enough time's passed now. But,
maybe some of the other Illinois schools. And,
okay. One in this city that wears purple?
Maybe not. Schools were known for maybe the party schools, but Illinois was definitely one that they celebrated. And they wore orange and blue, came to every game, and they were embraced by the community, which is really important. And then coming back to different alumni events, we had a Final Four reunion a couple years ago, and some of the networkers, that group, came up, and I had one gentleman come up to me, and he said, that I was his wife's favorite player, and she had passed about 3 months before the event, and he had tears in his eyes, and it's going to make me emotional, but at the time you don't realize what an impact you might have on somebody's life, and you're just having fun and enjoying it, so it was pretty memorable.
It's really awesome. That's really cool. Dana, for you and Darrin both, that's one of the things that I mentioned at the top of our time together tonight that connects intercollegiate athletics. It's sometimes not just your teammates. You don't even know the impact that you have on people, the memories that you create for them. As you look back on your career and you realize some of that significance, how does that affect you?
It's really cool because, you have people come up to you anywhere in the country and, man, you were Dana Howard. I'm like, yeah, thinking it's bad, but it's actually good. They're like, man, I watched you. I was young, I played, I wanted to be you. I was like, man, for real? But it makes you feel really good because you've done something that you've set out to do all your life. At least for me, I've been wanting to be a professional football player since I was in the 4th grade. So that's when I started signing my signature in the 4th grade. It's a true story. 4th grade, I said, this signature right here is what I've been signing since the 4th grade. So when I hear people tell me that, it just makes you feel good about yourself, that you've reached people that you didn't know you were reaching.
And Darrin, this whole thing at Illinois, you've been able to reach people on the outside, but this has become not only an Illinois family, but your personal family's been deeply invested in fighting Illini baseball now with 3 generations playing for the Illini, right?
Yeah, 3 generations. My father was a All Big Ten pitcher back in 1962. I was an All Big Ten catcher in '87, and really for me, one of the greatest moments for me, myself and my wife, was the amount of fun we had watching my son play at the University of Illinois, Casey, and thank you. I had a fine career, but for me, it was 10 times as good watching him play. They had a fantastic season in 2015. They made it to the Super Sectionals, and he was an All Big Ten outfielder. And the excitement that I saw at a baseball game at the University of Illinois when they played Vanderbilt, and the amount of people that came out to watch a collegiate baseball game was just fantastic. And the people that supported Dan Hartlib and his program was just phenomenal that year.
I want to congratulate all 3 of you, very deserving Hall of Famers. Great talking with you tonight. Thank you for being here. Congratulations to all of you. Nancy, Dana, and Darrin, congratulations.